Amma lived in the dusty, terracotta-hued heart of the Ashanti region. Her world defined by the rhythmic clack-clack of the loom where she wove intricate kente cloth. Her hands were skilled, but her heart carried a subtle, persistent ache, a hollow feeling of incomplete existence, like a sentence missing its final word. She often stood by the only cracked mirror in the village, staring at her own reflection, convinced that the person looking back should not be singular. She knew she was an orphan, raised by her grandmother, yeah, but the old woman had always been tight-lipped about the circumstances of her birth, citing only a painful event that split a family. Amma buried her loneliness in the complexity of her patterns, creating designs that spoke of loss and longing, yet also of the powerful resilience of the silk and cotton threads she manipulated daily. Across the country, in the modern, bustling enclave of cantonments Accra, Adwa moved through life with the graceful ease of privilege. Her days were filled with international school, equestrian lessons, and art gallery openings. Yet, beneath the veneer of designer clothes and effortless perfection, she felt profoundly unmoored. She had loving adoptive parents, Kofi and Afia, who gave her everything, but their excessive protection felt like a silent barrier. Adwa often dreamt of a place she'd never been, a place smelling of smoke and shea butter, and woke up crying, feeling an intense, visceral connection to a forgotten sorrow. This emotional intensity, so foreign to her ordered life, drove her to meticulously catalog her parents' old storage boxes, searching for a single, tangible explanation for the emotional void she carried. One evening, while preparing a traditional medicinal poultice for a neighbor's fever, Amma pressed her grandmother Ya for the truth again. Ya, weakened by age and her conscience, finally relented, her eyes filling with tears that mirrored Amma's deep sadness. "You were two, my child. Two souls born minutes apart," she whispered, describing a desperate time when a sudden illness swept through the community and the family had to make an impossible choice to ensure at least one twin survived with proper care in the city. Amma's twin was taken away to a distant relative she never met, carrying only a small, hand-carved wooden pendant. The devastating realization that her incompleteness was real, that her other half was out there, struck Amma like a physical blow. The educational lessons Amma learned from the village elders about fate and sacrifice now felt less abstract and deeply personal. Ajoa's meticulous searching paid off when, tucked inside her deceased adoptive grandmother's Twi Bible, she found a tarnished silver locket. It was shaped like a broken heart, and only one half remained. Tucked beside it was a fragile, yellowed document, a hospital record from a distant regional clinic listing two births, both female, on the same day, with matching last names. The juicy secret she had sensed all her life was now confirmed. Her mother's name was listed on the document, along with a note about an emergency placement. The realization that her parents, whom she loved deeply, had intentionally withheld this life-altering truth caused a sharp, painful rift in her heart. She held the broken locket, recognizing the symbol of her lifelong feeling of being fragmented, and vowed to find the other half, whatever the cost to her comfortable life. Amma, energized by her newfound purpose, committed to mastering the traditional knowledge her grandmother possessed, determined to become self-sufficient before venturing into the unknown. When a prolonged drought threatened the village's water source, Amma remembered an old lesson on subterranean roots and water-retaining clay taught by the village's agricultural elder. She mobilized the community, using her learned intuition and knowledge of the terrain to dig a simple, rock-lined reservoir, saving their essential crops. This achievement provided a crucial educational moment for the younger villagers, showcasing the enduring value of ancestral wisdom over modern, expensive solutions. Her courage and resourcefulness, born out of sorrow and necessity, established her as a pillar of strength, giving her the emotional fortitude needed for the difficult search ahead in the wider world. Armed with the fated hospital location and the unique combination of her birth mother's names, Adwa leveraged her city resources to begin her search. She hired a private investigator, but more effectively, utilized her fluency in social media and networking to post a carefully worded query. Searching for twin sister born near this regional hospital, carrying a half-heart locket. She attached a photo of the locket fragment and a digital version of the handwritten note that mentioned the wooden pendant. Her modern, fast-paced investigation felt detached but necessary. The investigator finally confirmed that a family matching the description of her birth mother's relatives still resided in a specific, remote Ashanti village known for its textile work. Adwa felt a profound mix of fear and exhilarating urgency. Adwa drove for hours, leaving the smooth, paved roads of Accra for the rough tracks of the interior, finally arriving in the designated village. Nervous and overwhelmed, she found the local market first. There, behind a stack of brilliant hand-woven cloths, stood Amma. They were identical, separated only by their attire, Amma in traditional fabric, Adwa in Western wear. They simply stared, two halves of a whole, reflected in each other's eyes. Amma gasped, dropping a shuttle, her eyes immediately drawn not to Adwa's face, but to the silver chain around her neck, where Adwa had threaded the half-heart locket. Adwa, in turn, noticed the dark, unique birthmark they both shared, shaped like a cacao bean, hidden beneath Amma's shawl. The years of separation vanished in the stunned silence of recognition, sorrow washing over them both as they approached each other. They embraced, a torrent of tears and silent understanding conveying the story that words could not yet tell. Later, sitting side by side, they pieced together the desperate circumstances of their separation, mourning the lost years but celebrating the miracle of their reunion. Adwa showed Amma the locket, and Amma revealed the small, polished wooden pendant she'd always worn, realizing they were symbolic counterparts. Their reunion became a powerful, educative bridge. Adwa shared her resources to help Amma expand her kente business, bringing traditional Ghanaian craft to a global market. In return, Amma grounded Adwa, teaching her the deeper cultural values of community and patience. The separated twin sisters were finally whole, weaving their modern and traditional lives into a beautiful, seamless design.